How to use Notion Complete Beginner's Guide. Now, at some point, almost everyone discovers Notion the same way. Someone online shows a beautiful dashboard with animated widgets, perfect calendars, study planners, life trackers, goal systems, habit charts, and a workspace so organized it looks like NASA designed someone's grocery list. And suddenly you think, I need this immediately. Then you go ahead and open up Notion for the first time and stare at a blank page, wondering why productivity software suddenly feels like existential architecture. Now, here's the truth. Notion is incredibly powerful, but beginners often overcomplicate it immediately. Because Notion is not just a notes app, it is a flexible workspace system that can become a planner, database, journal, task manager, content calendar, wiki, business hub, or basically a second digital brain. So in this complete beginner's guide, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use Notion in 2026 step by step, including pages, blocks, databases, templates, organization, AI features, workspaces, and how to use Notion efficiently without turning your life into a full-time dashboard maintenance job. So let's get into it. Now, at its core, Notion is a modular productivity workspace. Now, that sounds pretty technical, but the idea is pretty simple. Everything inside Notion is built using blocks. Text blocks, image blocks, checklist blocks, database blocks, calendar blocks. You can stack these blocks together to build pages, and pages can contain other pages. So instead of being locked into one structure, Notion actually lets you build your own system. Now, that flexibility is exactly why people love Notion, and also why beginners sometimes accidentally build digital labyrinths that require archaeological maps to navigate. So, firstly, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to Notion.com and create an account. Now, the account creation is totally free. There is no paid process you need to go through. So, simply go ahead, click on Get Notion for free, and it's going to ask you your email. Now, you can use any other email like your Microsoft or any other provider, but I'm going to be using my Google email right now. So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use it to sign myself in. And once I am signed in, what's going to happen from there is it's going to, ask me for permissions for my Google account. So just go ahead and ensure that those are checked in. And once that is done, as you can see, Notion is going to bring you here onto the onboarding. It says getting set up. How do you want to use Notion? So I'm going to go for work and click on continue. Now, while that is happening, it's going to ask you all the other things like adding in your workspace. I'm going to go ahead and skip that. And now it's going to say you can either get the business plan trial or you can get the free plan. Now, of course, I'm going to go with the free plan for now. You can also get the desktop app for yourself, but I'm going to skip that for now and get straight in. Now, once inside, you're going to enter your workspace. Now, think of your workspace as your overall digital environment. Inside it, you can go ahead and actually create different types of pages, folders, databases, notes, and systems. Now, most beginners are going to feel overwhelmed because the workspace starts mostly empty, as you can see. But honestly, that blank space is the strength of Notion. It adapts to your workflow instead of forcing one. So instead of trying to build your ultimate life operating system immediately, go ahead and start simple. And by simple, I mean very simple. So, first of all, pages are going to be the core structure of your Notion. So, you can simply click on Add New over here, and you can go ahead and add an empty page. Now, a page can be a note, a document, a task board, a journal, or even an entire website. So to create one, you're going to create a new page like this and now give it a title. So let's say I'm going to call this tech. Okay. Now that's pretty much about it. You've officially created your first Notion page. Now here is where things are going to become interesting. Inside the page, you can add blocks, and those blocks are going to define what the page actually becomes. Now, blocks are the DNA of Notion. every piece of content inside Notion is going to be a movable block. Now, if you add text as so, that is going to be a block. If you add an image for yourself by coming down here, that is going to be a block. If you add a checklist, heading, video embed, also a block. Now, the easiest way to add blocks is by typing slash. Now, if we come here and add slash, as you can see, it's going to give you all of these blocks over here as so. Okay. Now, this opens the slash command menu, and from there, you can insert headings, lists, tables, toggles, images, calendars, quotes, and much more. Now, the flexibility is incredibly powerful because you're essentially building custom layouts in real time. But remember, just because you can add everything doesn't mean you should. Good Notion setups prioritize clarity over decoration. Now, one of the most common uses for Notion is note taking. So, for example, you can create study notes, meeting notes, content, ideas, businesses, plans, or even project documents. Now, here is why Notion feels different from traditional note apps. Your notes can become interactive systems. You can go ahead and link different pages to each other, embed different types of files, create subpages, and even attach databases. And you can do all of that from this one, block section over here. So instead of a scattered document everywhere, everything becomes quite interconnected. Now we reach the section that intimidates beginners the most, databases. So as you can see, here are different databases. And a Notion database is basically a smart collection of info. Now, that database could be a project tracker, task list, content calendars, habit system, or even a client management system. Now, each item inside a database can contain texts, dates, checkboxes, tags, files, and a whole lot more. So let me show you how it looks. So once we add in this template, as you can see, this is how your general project is going to look. Now, the magical part is that the same database can appear in different views. It could be a table view, it could be a Gantt view, and different types of views that you can add. And that flexibility is why Notion became so powerful for organization. So just like this, you can create databases and different types of widgets for yourself as you go on. And then finally, once all of this is done, you can even share and collaborate with different types of users. You can add your own workers in the workspace and do a whole lot more. So the reason Notion became massively popular is because modern life generates huge amounts of fragmented information. Tasks, ideas, projects, files, goals, notes, meetings, content plans. People needed one flexible system to connect everything. And Notion solved that by allowing users to build custom workflows instead of forcing rigid structures. And that flexibility alone became its superpower. Now, at first, Notion feels like software, pages, blocks, databases, templates, but eventually you realize it's really about something else. It's about organizing thought. Notion works best when it reduces mental clutter instead of adding more of it. And honestly, the best Notion setup is not the prettiest one online. It's the one you actually continue using consistently, because productivity systems only matter if they help you focus on real work, not just endlessly redesign the system itself. So that is pretty much about it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way till the end, and I'm going to be seeing all of you in the next video. Drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.